Hey everyone, I'm getting ready to head to Anaheim, California for the NAMM convention, National Association of Music Merchants. This is the biggest convention that there is for anybody in the music industry. Now, I've been going to these things for 5, 6, 7, 8 years now. I honestly don't even remember how many I've been to. And I remember how the first one was so overwhelming. So I thought I'd give you some tips on how to get through, especially if it's your first time. First thing you do when you get into the area is go check into your hotel. The second thing you do is you go down, find out where they're going to be doing badge will call. There's usually a big tent set up in the middle of the walkway, and you can go in there, you bring your either a paper copy of your badge confirmation or the emailed copy on your phone, iPad, whatever, as long as you can pull it up. Pull it up, have it ready to go. You're also going to need photo ID. Make sure it's ready to go. You don't want to be fumbling in line trying to find your ID and, oh, do I have it? Oh, I left it at the hotel. Make sure it's all ready before you leave. Have it ready to go. So when it comes to getting your credentials, you want to make sure that you get this thing as soon as you get into town, okay? Like I said, check into your hotel first, but then go down and pick up your credentials. NAMM starts Thursday morning. If you wait to pick up your badge until Thursday morning, you're going to be standing in an absolutely horrendously long line instead of just walking into the show. So as soon as you get into town, check into your hotel and immediately go down and get your pass. It's going to save you a big headache. This is your golden ticket. This is what gets you into NAMM. Now, every time you go into the building, you have to show ID and this. Security is there. They're going to check. So have everything ready to go. When they give this to you, they're going to give you a lanyard that goes with it. These things are junk. Throw them away. Go out before you even leave for Anaheim and get a real lanyard with a metal clip and a swivel. These things will save your life. We've found these all over the ground before. I've watched them fall off from people's necks. If you lose this, it's going to cost you $100 to get it replaced. Just a tip. So on the first day of NAMM, you're going to want to be amped up, ready to go, and you might want to look your best, and you might want to be thinking about how you're going to dress. And if you're me, or you're like me, I wear cowboy boots all day, every day, all the time. I love these things. For NAMM, get rid of them. Don't even bother. Go down, get yourself some high quality sneakers. Something with lots of padding, lots of comfort. Because NAMM, you are not going to sit. You're going to walk around all the day long. You're not going to be able to get off your feet. And after a day wearing cowboy boots or any kind of boots with heels, if you're a lady, your feet are going to be killing you. They're just going to be completely destroyed after the first day. Note, the convention center is also right next to Disneyland. As amazing as that sounds of, oh, I'll go hang out at NAMM all day and then go play at Disneyland at night, don't. Just don't, okay? If you want to go to Disneyland, plan a vacation, go to Disneyland. Don't try and do both. Once again, you're going to be on your feet all day long. Don't try and do too much. The other thing to really look out for while you're at NAMM is one of these. If you see one of these beautiful things, it's called a chair. If you see one of these, use it. Sit down. Take 5 minutes. Get off your feet. It's going to help, I promise you. Because by the end, if you go all 4 days, by the end of the 4th day, you're you're going to be begging for a place to sit. You'll be sitting on the floor, on the curb outside. You'll be hiring Ubers to just drive you around the city just to get off your feet. So, see a chair? Sit down. Take a load off. Just relax. Some little essentials that you might want to bring with you. If you play guitar, bass, something like that, but you play with a pick, grab some picks, throw them in your pocket. They hand these out. A lot of places you can just pick them up for free, but you might be playing with a super hard pick. Just bring some of your own things that you're used to, that you're comfortable with. If you're like me and you wear glasses and you don't want to be doing the whole wipe it off on your shirt, make sure you carry around some glasses wipes, some lens cleaners. These are also really amazing to keep your camera lens clean. So just throw a handful of these in your bag with you and you're good to go. One other thing that you might want to think about having with you is some earplugs. NAMM is very, very loud. Okay, if you're walking through any of the drum rooms, it can be deafening hearing a constant noise for 4 days. You might want to pick up some of these just to save your own sanity, really. Not an absolute necessity, but they're really good to have. Think about things like a backpack, a bag with you. First few years, I carried around a backpack and I tried over-the-shoulder bags and stuff like that, and they just don't work. After a day, your shoulders are hurting from all that pressure being pulled down. So what I do is I went and I grabbed one of these. This is a rolling briefcase. This thing's gonna save your arms and your shoulders. But carrying a backpack in or any kind of a bag, be prepared. Security's gonna stop you. They're gonna inspect the bag. When you're walking up to the gates to get in, go ahead and unzip your bags so you don't waste time trying to unzip, because they're gonna inspect it. If it's like this one where you've got 3 big pockets, they're gonna look in all 3 pockets. So just go ahead and have everything opened up, ready to go, and that way you can get in and through the line as fast as possible. They don't usually do it the first or second day, but I know at some point during the show, they will start to do bag inspections on the way out as well. Be prepared. If you have a smartphone, which most of us do, you're probably watching me on it right now, download the NAMM app. Go to whatever app store that you use and download the NAMM app. Now, that being said, this year in particular, the NAMM app is terrible. It's an absolutely horrible app. The only thing that I have found that it's even remotely good for is a map of the facility, and to a certain extent where each booth is going to be. But I found companies that I know are going to be at NAMM that are not on the map. They're not even listed inside the app. So don't fully trust it. This year, it's just not that good. One thing that it does have is it shows you where badge will calls are. It'll tell you exactly where, all the different places that you can pick up the badge and what times you can go to. I think most of them are open till about 10 o'clock at night. But check that out. And they also have the rules and regulations and things like that that you need to be aware of before going. One of the things, if you have a drone, use some common sense. If you have a drone, don't bring it. It's not coming in. They're not going to allow it. It's clearly printed. You can't use stuff like that. Big camera equipment, stuff like that, you can bring it in, but it really, in the policy it states, don't take photos of any products without the booth's permission. Be conscious of things like that. There's a really good chance, like a certainty, that while you're at NAMM, you're going to see artists. And you're going to see artists that you personally admire, that you really want to go up and meet. If you see them walking around, once again, be respectful. Don't go rushing up to them and grab their hand and shake the heck out of their hand. You got to remember, these people are musicians. A lot of them use their hands. if you shake a guitar player's hand or a cellist's hand or anything like that, use a soft grip. They will appreciate that. When you see somebody and you want to go say hi and ask for a picture, most of them will do it. Another thing, carry a pen, carry a Sharpie with you. If you're one of those people who likes to go and get autographs, carry something with you so you don't walk up and say, hey, can you sign this? And have nothing for them to use to sign it. Chances are they probably aren't going to have a pen with them. But instead of rushing right up to them and getting right up in their face and, oh my God, I love you so much, and can you sign this, and can I get a picture, and can you blah, 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 blah. You have to remember, NAMM is a place for doing business. They could be looking at a new product, they could be working at a deal, they could be working on setting up a tour and getting gear and all that kind of thing. Stand back, wait for them to finish their conversation, then walk up and say hi. Things, definitely you don't want to do. Like I said, don't go running up. Don't go get up in their face. There are meet and greet times. They are posted on the NAMM app. I wouldn't trust it, like I said. If you go by the booths, each individual booth usually has a listing of when they're doing performances in the booth or meet and greets and who with and what times. Those are what I would trust. If you are going to get in line for a meet and greet, these lines can get really, really, really long. I have watched them stretch 5 or 6 booths down and completely wrap booths, depending on who the artist is doing the signing. Keep that in mind. If you look at the line, and even if it's a meet and greet you really want to get into, and you look at that line and it looks like it's going to take 4 hours to get from the back of it to the front of it, and they're only there for 2 hours, admire them from a distance, move on. Another little tip here for you. When you're walking through NAMM, if you are at a booth and there's somebody really cool playing and you decide to stop and watch them, but there's another performance going on somewhere else, if it's anything closer than 10 to 15 minutes, don't even bother trying to get to the place that you wanted to go. Just stay and enjoy what you're watching there. This place is so big and it's so packed with people that you will end up missing both things because you're trying to get from one to the other. Stay where you are, enjoy it. You'll catch something else later. Next thing I want to talk about is going to see a show, go to live music. There are performances at NAMM. There's a big main stage set up in between the 2 hotels and the convention center, and NAMM puts on concerts there all day and way into the night. And then you have different concerts that are going on in both the Hilton and the Marriott lobbies, and those go from pretty much the end of the NAMM day well into the night. And those are usually free. You can just go in. Now, be careful. A friend of mine named Larry Mitchell plays the Marriott. He plays it every year. This year he's going to be playing Saturday at 8 o'clock. There you go, Larry. One year, he actually shut the Marriott down. There were probably close to 2,000 people in the hotel lobby watching him play, and security actually shut the lobby down. If you walked out, you could not come back in without a hotel pass, hotel key card, something showing you were at that hotel. Something to keep in mind. This is such a big event, and there are so many musicians around that they're spread out all over the Anaheim, Orange, Fullerton, LA area doing concerts. So you can easily go see 15, 20, 30 shows if you really wanted to. Be on the lookout. Check out the different venues. See who's playing and when. You might want to get tickets. A word to the wise, though. One year I went to go see 2 amazing artists that I absolutely love, and I paid for my tickets to the venue. I went to the venue, saw the show, And I was really disappointed because you get so many people there that are all part of the convention that the concert floor ended up being an extension of the convention. People were doing business and talking, so you couldn't hear the show, you couldn't enjoy the show. Just something to consider. One thing to keep in mind, if you live close enough and you are going to drive to NAMM, the best advice I can give you is when you get to your hotel, park your car, lock it up, and leave it there. Don't get in it again. Parking is going to cost you a stupid amount of money. I mean, we're talking $50 a day for some places, and they're not that close. Public transportation, Uber, Lyft, taxis, stuff like that, those are going to be your best friends. Use those to get around. At the actual convention center, trying to drive into either of the hotels, which is the Hilton or the Marriott, I've watched it be a half an hour wait just trying to get into the complex, let alone then trying to find a place to park. Now, I already threw one shout out to my friend Larry, so I'm going to do one more. It's a total shameless plug here. I openly admit it. If you can't see Larry playing at the Marriott, later in the evening, you can go to Chaser's Lounge in Orange, and you can see Larry and a really amazing band, the Travis Larson Band. They're going to have a concert that night as well, so you can check that out. So there you go, Travis. You've got a plug too. All right, guys, there you have it. There's kind of a beginner's guide and maybe some tips if you've been there a few times to NAMM. So if you can't make NAMM, but you still want to see what it's like, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification alarm, because I'm going to be posting hopefully every night of NAMM, just different things that I've seen, really cool stuff, better products, new products, concerts, signings, anything that I can think of that you guys might like to see, I'm going to film it. If there's something specific that you want to see, go ahead and share it in the comments. If I got time and I can get there and check it out, I'd be happy to film it. So we'll see you guys there.